Hi everybody, it's me Jenny and I'm here at the 4-Star Public Library with our last Polar Bear and Penguin story time for the month. Alright, so the first book is called Penguins and Polar Bears, Animals of the Ice and Snow. So we're going to learn some facts about these animals. See if there's anything that we haven't read about yet. Alright, look at all that ice. Everywhere you look, there's ice. It floats on the ocean around Antarctica, the coldest place on Earth. You can see the land and the cold sea around it at the bottom of the globe. In this frozen world live 6 kinds of penguins. Can you find the 2 penguins crossing the ice? Let's see, do you see them? They're right there. Adelie penguins stand on an iceberg. Oh, and then you can see some more penguins up there. You can tell penguins apart by the markings on their heads. So see, look, this one looks like it has a chin strap on. And then this one's an emperor penguin. This is a king penguin. And then these 2 down here are the Adelie that we just talked about. And then a Gentoo penguin. I've never heard of that before. Macaroni penguins have long orange feathers on top of their heads. That's what these ones are. That's funny, a macaroni penguin. All penguins have nearly the same shape. They have smooth, rounded bodies and a thick layer of fat that helps them stay warm. All penguins have black and white patterns that help hide them in the water. From below, their white bellies are hard to see against the light sky. And from above, their black backs blend in with the dark water. Ooh, that's cool. Oh, and then all these penguins are jumping and swimming. Leaping and diving like dolphins, Adelie penguins speed through the sea. They rise from the water every few seconds to breathe. Penguins are birds, but they cannot fly. They swim, using their wings as paddles and steering with their legs. Their feathers fit tightly together and keep their bodies warm and dry. So all their feathers lock together like this to keep the water out. That's cool. Like a rocket, an Adelie penguin shoots out of the sea. Another lands, and it digs its toes into the ice and stops. But penguins spend most of their lives in the water. There they catch and eat fish and other animals called squid and krill. In the sea, penguins must always watch out for danger. These Adelies standing on an iceberg are safe. Nearby, a leopard seal swims in the cold water. Any bird that jumps in now could become the seal's next meal. See, there's that leopard seal. And all those penguins up there see him, so they're going to stay out so he can't eat them. And what are we going to learn next? Ooh, the chin strap penguins. Look at all of them. They're all running onto the water, out of the water. So what's this say? Chin strap penguins ride the waves onto a sandy beach. When the sea ice breaks up in spring, thousands of penguins come ashore. Most return to the same place every year. There they mate and lay eggs. The males arrive first and wait for the females. Sometimes males fight for their own spot of ground. The birds greet their mates by waving their flippers and raising their bills. See, that's 2 of them greeting each other. Can you imagine if we did that when we saw each other? Oh, look. They're building nests out of rocks. A male Gentoo penguin offers his mate a rock for their nest. He also gathers feathers, bones, and anything else he can find on the ground. Another Gentoo is returning his eggs. Most kinds of penguins have 2 eggs at a time. The parents take turns keeping them warm. Oh, that's nice. He's keeping the eggs warm. I don't know. If I was a baby penguin, I wouldn't want to be on a nest of rocks. But I guess that's how they do it. Oh, look at that. Largest of all penguins, the emperors are nearly as tall as a 5-year-old kid. So if you're 5 years old, you're as tall as an emperor penguin. Oh my goodness. Each of these males carries an egg on his feet, hidden under a fold of skin. A female emperor lays one egg in the middle of winter, then goes back to the sea to eat. The male keeps the egg warm, and then she returns 2 months later as her chick hatches. So all those penguins are daddies keeping their eggs warm. See? That little round thing right there, that's the egg. Oh, and then we get to see baby Adelie penguins. Adelie penguins watch a brown bird called a skua as it circles overhead. Skuas eat penguin eggs and their chicks. Oh no! If the skua comes too close, the adult penguins will smack it with their flippers. That's funny. Young chicks need a lot of care. One fluffy chick, 2 weeks old, snuggles beside its parent. See? A chick is always hungry. Its parents bring it krill in their throats, and then the muddy chick pushes its head into the parent's mouth to eat the food. See? It's feeding the baby. Oh my goodness. Aren't you glad that we don't eat like that? Oh, now can you tell which ones are not grown up yet? It's the brown ones. They haven't got their black and white feathers yet. Thousands of king penguins stand side by side in the mud. Remember which ones are the chicks? The brown ones. Chicks are born in the summer and stay near their parents. After a few weeks, they gather in groups called nurseries. This helps them keep warm and safe. Little by little, the chicks lose their fluffy feathers, and adult feathers have grown in under the downy feathers. These feathers will keep the birds dry, and now the penguins can swim and find their own food. So see, that's him losing all his brown baby feathers and getting his adult feathers. Oh, and now we're on to our friend the polar bear. He takes up 2 pages. Oh my goodness. Taking giant steps, a polar bear moves silently over the snow. This animal is twice as large as a lion or a tiger. And the polar bear lives in the Arctic, at the other end of the earth from penguins. Like penguins, polar bears have a thick layer of fat called blubber under their skin, and their black skin is covered by soft white fur and a thick coat of outer hair. In cold wind and icy water, polar bears stay warm with these 2 layers of fur. I didn't know they had 2 layers. Oh, now let's see what we're gonna do here. Dripping wet, a polar bear climbs onto the ice. And like dogs, polar bears dry off by shaking the water off of their hair. They also swim like dogs, paddling with their front paws. Polar bears hunt seals on ice that floats on the Arctic Ocean. Now remember, so seals eat penguins, and then polar bears eat seals. Look for this ocean surrounding by land at the top of the globe. So see, down here, that's the North Pole, and that's the South Pole. So this is where polar bears are, and this is where penguins are. Oh, and look. It's a mama and her babies. In some places, the sea ice melts away in summer, and polar bears come to the shore. 3 cubs tag along with their mother. They were born in the snow-covered den in winter. At birth, they could not see or hear, and had almost no hair at all. They grew fast by drinking their mother's milk. Now 6 months old, the cubs follow their mom everywhere. What are we going to learn next? Ooh. By the second summer, cubs are nearly as big as their mom. They're learning how to hunt. On land, they eat grass and berries. I didn't know that. They eat grass and berries. They may take eggs from a chick's nest. Sometimes they catch a ground squirrel. But this may not be enough food for the big bears. They live mainly off body fat until they can hunt seals again. You see, these are some other animals around there. They eat those eggs from these birds, and then they might eat one of these squirrels. What are they doing now? The bears become restless and hungry by the end of summer on land. They gather in groups on the shore. They're waiting for the sea to freeze so they can go hunt for seals. They growl at each other and they roll and tumble. This is how they play. After playing all day, the bear takes some time to rest. It sticks his face into the icy water to cool off. That's silly. Oh my goodness. Sticking your whole face in the water. Oh, and now the sea is beginning to freeze. Polar bears will soon head out. Each usually hunts alone. It may wait patiently over a hole in the ice, and the bear will strike like lightning if a seal pokes his head up to breathe. The bear might also sneak up on a seal as it rests in the sun. The bear is hard to see in the snow. It also is hard to hear. Fur under its paws softens the sounds of its steps. I didn't know that. With summer over, the time has almost come for the bear to leave. One day the bear is on shore, and the next day it will be gone, back to its home on the ice. Oh, wow. And then you can learn some more facts at the end of this book. If you want to come and get this book at the library. It tells you all about the North Pole and the South Pole. Oh, and then you could see a picture of what the den looks like under the snow. That is cool. Alright, now we have a silly book called Adrift, An Odd Couple of Polar Bears. So I wonder what's going to happen in this book. Carl and Hazel are not friends. Oh my goodness. Carl thinks Hazel is mean, and she never wants to play with the other polar bears. Oh my goodness. She doesn't talk very much. She likes to sit and daydream in a quiet spot by the water. She's reading the book, just like we're reading a book. But Hazel isn't mean. She's just shy. Hazel thinks Carl is too loud and that he smells like old fish, which he does a little bit. Oh my goodness. But one night, there's a big crack. Uh-oh. What's it look like's going to happen? When they wake up, both Carl and Hazel are alone. In one direction, their home is getting farther and farther away. In the other direction is an endless sea. Oh my goodness. They broke off on an iceberg. And as they float south, the ice floe melts and melts and melts. And until... Oh, they didn't even realize they were there. Hi, it's me, Carl, from the land. I remember you. Of all the polar bears, Carl is stuck with the one who doesn't like to talk. Of all the polar bears, Hazel is stuck with the one who talks too much. Oh my goodness. Do you think they're going to be able to get along? There's only one thing left to do. This is my side. You can't come past this wall. Oh my goodness. That's not getting along. They're building a wall. Look. All by myself. He starts building a snowman and she's reading her book. And look, he's so bored that he's playing tic-tac-toe with his snowman. Oh my goodness. They should just talk to each other. Then one morning, wow! Hi birds, I'm Carl. Oh my goodness. And after that, they get closer. Oh look, they're starting to take down the wall. And closer, she gives her scarf to his snowman. That was nice. They play games. I spy with my little eye something blue. Then they take turns getting dinner. Oh, they're gonna get some fish. Row, row, row your boat. They're singing songs, and Carl always sings the loudest. And sometimes they sit quietly and look at the water. What are you thinking about? After a while, Carl doesn't smell too much like old fish anymore. Or maybe Hazel has just gotten used to it. Those two look like bears. I see them. Oh, they're looking at the stars. Sometimes Hazel worries that the ice will all melt before they see land, but she doesn't tell Carl. She doesn't want him to be worried. Aw, they're giving each other a hug. Let's see, do you think they're gonna make it to land? One morning, there's a tiny sliver of land on the horizon. It gets bigger and bigger. We're saved! Oh my goodness, look at all these different animals. There's a reindeer and some Arctic foxes and a penguin and a narwhal and a whale and walruses. Oh my goodness. They imagine what they will do when they get to the new place. Oh man. And look, they're trying to get onto the land. I will eat and eat. Do you think there are fish in this new place? I will run and explore and sit by myself. The land looks so big, bigger than the ocean. Suddenly, they miss their little ice floe. Carl! Hazel! Oh my goodness, they're getting too far away from each other now. You're my best friend, Hazel, even when you're quiet. You're my best friend too, Carl, even if you talk a lot. Oh my goodness. And then there's the other animals. What do you think they're gonna do now? Oh, they built an igloo and they lived happily ever after. Oh my goodness. That was a nice story. I'm glad that they became friends. All right, we have our song, our polar animals song for the last time. Ooh, let me see. All right. Look at the penguin waddle on the ice. Waddle, waddle, waddle on the ice. So nice. Look at the seal slide on the ice. Slide, slide, slide on the ice. So nice. Here comes the polar bear. He can swim, he can swim. Here comes the polar bear. Swimming, swimming, swimming to the ice. So nice. Alright. Alright, we also have our last polar bear craft, guys. And it is a polar bear bag puppet. Let me go get it so I can show you. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Look, he's holding a snowflake. And you can decorate it however you want. And then you can make him talk while he's holding the snowflake. Hello. So don't forget to come in and get that. And don't forget about our coloring pages. And we're going to have a new Lego challenge in February, guys. It's going to be a Lego pizza challenge. Because February 9th is National Pizza Day. So have fun, everybody, and have a good day. Bye-bye.